Phil Barnes.
Ooh, both these guys coming out and banging.
Look at 70 pounds. Right in front of him.
James Seder really wasting no time, showing his wrestling experience. Wrestled at Nassau Community College from Farmingdale. Says he absolutely loves Belmore kickboxing. Great atmosphere training-wise with all the professionals in the gym. He's telling us he works some weird hours, you know, working in Manhattan, but trains when he can.
He's got a large contingent here. I would say the loudest so far.
Barnes working for the triangle choke, not able to lock it in.
Eric, it looks like James is going for a triangle.
Yeah, it looks like he's trying, but he isn't able to get that locked up behind his knee. Here he's reaching up for it and trying to switch maybe to the other side or maybe to an arm bar. But James is just not having it.
Barnes fighting out of the guard. Trying to close the gap a little bit, preventing Seder from landing any significant shots.
He's doing a pretty good job of shutting down Seder's offense by tying up his hands and pinning them to his body, not really absorbing any damage. Working his legs up the back, trying to break James's posture so maybe he could set up a submission attempt.
You know, while watching these fighters, it's hard to imagine that this is only their first amateur fight. This is the first time they're in there. They look experienced.
It shows you all the great training.
Well, these guys are both from pretty big gyms and pretty big camps, so I'm sure they have very good sparring partners. So by the time they get in here in the cage in front of everyone, they've already gone through a multitude of battles in the gym amongst themselves.
It looked like for a second that Barnes is working on a little bit of a guillotine there, but obviously Seder got out of it.
Well, Seder's a very tenacious fighter. Both of these guys are.
Nice uppercut there from Barnes.
Yeah, definitely a nice uppercut landed. Ooh, another nice knee landed. Now Seder turning it around and delivering some knees of his own.
James really putting on the pressure here. What a pace. What a pace these two.
This is a frenetic pace. It'll be interesting to see if both of them will be able to keep it up in the next round.
Round number one comes to an end.
Ladies and gentlemen, come on, let's make some noise for these guys. Come on. Rock it here out there. Somebody scream for these fighters.
Too loud. It's so hard to keep your emotions down.
I'm very interested to see if the pace is going to keep up in the second round here.
All right, that's a very competitive first round. Jay, how can I have that one scored?
I have it 10-9 going to James Seder. Used his takedowns effectively. Won him the round.
How about you, Eric? How'd you have that one there?
I'd have to say it was a pretty close round. Barnes landed, might have had a slight edge in the striking, landed a couple good knees and a real good uppercut, but Seder's takedowns dictated the pace, so I'm going to have to go 10-9 Seder. Some more nice knees coming from Phil Barnes, landed to the body. This is some pace. Another nice takedown off the fence by Seder. Really using that wrestling to his advantage. When you're the better wrestler, you control where the fight goes.
170-pound matchup here. Phil Barnes age 22 of Selden, making his debut going up against James Seder, also making his debut here in front of a packed crowd here at the St. James Sports Arena MMA Platinum Gloves 2014 opening edition here. It's been a great night of fights and it's continued here with the same time matchup.
It doesn't look like Seder's really trying to pass at all. He's contending in his guard. Yeah, he could be a little tired.
Good time for each guy to buy a little time, get their win of them.
That's what I think's going on. He expended a tremendous amount of energy in that first round and then fought for that takedown in the beginning of the second. It seems like he's a little just content to sit and tap Barnes in the ribs, maybe move around slowly. Hopefully he'll begin to pick up the pace soon and we'll see a little bit more action.
We'll see if Phil Barnes can get out of this position off his back.
Yeah, he does a very good job defensively when he's on the ground, but being defensive when you're on your back in the judge's eyes does not look well. He needs to get up. You either need to be going for submissions or getting up.
Yeah, it's a pretty close round. I mean, neither guy has anything of significance. I mean, I guess you could say that Seder, just from the fact that he's being on top, he's being a little more of the aggressor here. It's going to be a tough one for the judges to score.
Here, Barnes is using that fence to get up. That's what he needs to do. Keep those legs spread wide. And try to prevent that takedown.
It's starting to really show James's wrestling background.
Right, wrestling at National Community College. You can see there a couple takedowns so far.
Barnes is being pretty active from his back, though. But what he needs to do is he needs to get up. He needs to put his feet in the hips of Seder, push off, make space, and get up.
About to enter uncharted territory here. The third round, Jay.
Third round.
This will be the first third round of this event.
Yes.
Yeah.
These guys are gas.
Come on, guys. Let's hear for the fight of the night. The candidates, come on. Make some noise for these fighters. Come on, come on. I can't hear you, ladies and gentlemen. Somebody scream for 'em out there. Let's go get 'em.
Really listening to these Belmore kickboxing coaches, it's unbelievable the instructions they're giving these fighters, and they go out and execute.
They churn out fighter after fighter. They do a wonderful job out there. Like I said, they have a perfect 4-0 record today. I don't think they've lost a match in the history of MMA Platinum Gloves.
Yeah, it's
Here we
amazing.
go, the final round here between Phil Barnes and James Seder. Great matchup so far. Fight is very much up in the air right now.
Barnes landed a great body kick to start that round off, but Seder comes in. He's looking for that takedown again. Barnes has a little bit of a guillotine. Ooh, some real nice punches. Seder looks like he might be in trouble here.
A nice little left, but followed up with a knee to the body.
That's Barnes looking like he's doing all right job with his takedown defense. Seder fighting for that single now.
Barnes is making it really hard for this takedown late in the fight.
Defense is very good.
Very good.
He needs to keep those legs spread apart now. He can't let those legs get close together. If he lets those legs get close together, he's going to get scooped up for a double. He needs to keep his legs and feet wide apart and on the fence.
You think Barnes should go for a guillotine choke here in this position?
I think Barnes looked good where he's going for that guillotine and then following up with the uppercut, letting it go to get that uppercut. You don't want to let
Another
those feet...
takedown from Seder. That might be the difference in the fight, the amount of takedowns he's had so far.
Yeah.
Phil Barnes just needs to get up right now. That's what he needs to concentrate on, getting himself up. So doing very well, landed a really nice uppercut combination, had Seder in a little bit of trouble, but then let him recover while he was shooting in for that takedown.
Fight very much up in the air. Might give a slight edge to Seder based on the takedowns. Like you said, Eric, it's probably the best for Barnes to try to get up and land some more strikes, as he's shown that he's the better striker standing up. In the final round here, about a minute and change left. Phil Barnes, James Seder, outstanding matchup here, 170 pounds.
Curious to see if the referee might stand them up here.
Yeah, neither fighter is really working right now. Seder seems content just to stay on the ground and sit in his guard. You know what, he's not in trouble and he might be a little bit gassed out at this point.
I mean, if you're not working to improve, as they say, it leaves the window open for the referee to stand him up. I wouldn't be opposed to it.
Looks like Barnes is really going for that guillotine, but James just popped his head out.
Yeah, it's not really easy to finish that guillotine when your back's up against the fence. You really need a little bit more space so that you can really arch your back and push your hips forward so you can sink that choke in.
Closing in on the final round here. Phil Barnes, James Seder. Each guy trying to make their last